Earlier this year, my great-grandmother, known to everyone as Nan, died at age 97. She was a brilliant cook, and I remember especially at Christmas, she would always cook the most amazing mince pies. It was a slightly different but very simple recipe, so today I'm going to show you how to make Nan's mince pies. Everything in the recipe is in ounces because as a 97-year-old, Nan was never going to go metric. The quantities are easy to remember as it goes 8, 4, 2, 1. You will need 8 ounces of good quality self-raising flour, 4 ounces of soft stalk margarine, 2 ounces of caster sugar, and 1 small free-range egg. So first we weigh 8 ounces of flour. Our 4 ounces of soft stalk margarine, our 2 ounces of caster sugar, and finally our free-range egg. I find using a whole egg makes the pastry a little too wet, so I'm going to use 3/4 of it in the pastry and reserve the remainder for the glaze and to seal the lids. Okay, so we're ready to start making the pastry. We'll first rub the flour and margarine together to make a fine crumb. I love the way the texture changes when the crumb forms. Next we'll toss in the sugar. So we'll make a well in the middle to pour about 3/4 of the egg into. And we'll mix it up to a moist pastry. Starting to form a ball now, we can always add a bit more egg if we need to. On this occasion I am going to add a little more egg. My favourite part of cooking. It should be a good, firm, slightly sticky texture, and now that's ready to roll. I find it easier to divide it into 2 to roll it. Because this pastry is made with sugar, it's really more of a scone mix. So we need to roll it out really thin. I'll lightly grease the tin with margarine to stop them sticking. And then we'll get cutting. And we'll get the first batch into the tin. Now I'll re-roll it. I need to make sure that it's firmly compressed together again. And nice and thin again. There are lots of different mince meats in the supermarkets these days, but these are Nan's mince pies, so for me it would be a disaster if they ever stopped making Robertson's Classic. So we want to put a generous helping in each one. So the oven I'm going to put on to 180 degrees. We'll cut and attach the lids with a tiny bit of egg to seal them. Really important that they're tightly sealed all around. I have enough pastry left to make another small batch. I'll use the remainder of the egg to glaze them nicely. And Nan always finish them off with a healthy pinch of sugar. Finally, I'll prick them in the middle to let the steam out. So it's into the oven for 20 minutes, but keep an eye on them until the crusts are golden. Looking good. That's 15 minutes and I reckon they're done. We'll leave them to cool for a little while before turning them out. It's important to turn them out onto a wire rack while they're still warm so the pastry remains crisp. With a dusting of icing sugar to serve, Nan's mince pies, bless her.